This is a game that is currently in early access on Steam, and it's been fairly popular among a certain group of people. So I decided to try it out as it was only $3. And I gotta say, it was worth it because I am now addicted. And maybe you'll become addicted too after watching this video. But if not, I hope you'll find it relaxing. Anyway, I am using a different mic than usual, so if you like it as far as mono mics go, let me know. Anyway, let's get started. So, Vampire Survivors is a game where you try to survive as long as possible amid a onslaught of various monsters and creatures coming at you from all angles. And all you have to do is move around. All the attacking is automatic, and it's just about getting as many experience points as possible while avoiding the enemies to power yourself up and get more powerful so you can survive ever-increasing sizes and powers of enemies. But anyway, I've unlocked just a few characters so far. We have Antonio, Imelda, and Pasqualina. I'm going to go with Antonio today. He's the basic character. He has these stats on the side here, and you can level the characters up, basically, by getting power-ups and experience points. This is Antonio Belpacey. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Hopefully I did. And he gains 10% more damage every 10 levels, up to a max of 50%. So here we go. So far I have the first level and the library unlocked. Let's start with the first level, and maybe we'll do another one in the second level after that. I'm not entirely sure how you unlock new levels. I triggered the second one at some point, but I've done what I believe is a better job with the second one so far, but not unlocked a third one yet. I know they're going to be adding more stuff to the game as time goes on because it is in early access, but I do think there are currently more than 2 levels in the game, though I could be wrong. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just kind of walking around. And, okay, so I've got my first level up, and I can choose from various things every time I level up. We have the Rune Tracer, which is a attack that fires in a direction and then bounces around, kind of, and it passes through enemies. We have the Laurel, which is a temporary shield that will take 1 hit of damage, and once it is depleted, you have to wait for it to recharge. Then there is the Whip, which is my current starting weapon. This is a level up for it, as you can see, level 2. And what it'll do is it'll add 1 more whip to my attack. So I like the Laurel, but I also want to level up the whip because it is useful to have multiple whips going at once. So now, as you can see, I have a whip going on both sides instead of just the direction I'm facing. And you get experience points by picking up these little blue things. And seems like enemies drop them at random. Not every enemy drops them, but I'd say maybe half of them, something like that. Alright, we've leveled up again, and because I still want the Laurel, I'm going to get that. Now this game starts off looking pretty tame and slow, but as time goes on, the number of enemies dramatically increases, and as you unlock more power-ups, the number of things you can do at once really gets pretty crazy, as you'll see. Unless I have a bad run and it ends pretty early, but that's pretty rare at this point, now that I have a little bit of experience with the game. But yeah, really the gist of this game is to get as many experience points as fast as possible, while not getting hit. So, I don't have much experience with the Peachone, I think that's what it's called, the peach one. It's basically a bird that flies around and shoots projectiles in that circle there. So I don't have much experience with it, so let's give it a try. Worth noting is that if you level up a weapon to level 8, you have a chance of upgrading it into a sort of super version of that weapon when you find certain power-ups. So I want to level up these things pretty fast if I can. So we have the magic wand, which I do like. It fires little blue things at enemies. We have the bracer, which increases the speed of all my projectiles. We have the attract orb, which picks up items from a further distance, kind of like a magnet. And the duplicator, which has weapons fire more projectiles. I've actually not tried the duplicator yet, so let's go with that. Yeah, so that added a third whip. Every cooldown I get 3 whips now. There is a power-up that I've not gotten yet that I do want. It is very useful, especially for the low-level enemies, called Garlic. And it basically puts an aura around you that will damage enemies, and it does enough damage to kill these low-level bats, so you can really mow them down and get tons of experience points with it. So now that I have a couple weapons, I'm going to focus on upgrading them when I can. So let's do the Peacheny. I'm going to call it the Peacheny. I want to get that to level 8 if I can, see how it goes. I've gotten a couple things to level 8 so far, and they've been nice, but I've seen some gameplay in this game where people really just have projectiles going absolutely insane all over the place. And I want to get to that level if I can. Alright. So next up, let's level up the whip. If you upgrade the whip, which is one of the few I've fully upgraded and gotten the evolved version, you can actually make it absorb HP from enemies, which can be very useful, especially in the more hectic moments when you might otherwise get overwhelmed with damage. You can kind of suck up some of that HP back from them. And if you destroy the lamps or the lanterns, you can get various items, usually coins or money, that you can use to buy new things later. But sometimes you get health from them. Let's upgrade the Laurel. So the Laurel will do a little better at protecting me. Hopefully, if I did choose to leave the sound on for the video, you find it somewhat relaxing at least. I do find it a little therapeutic, especially when things get more chaotic, to hear all the enemies getting poked and destroyed. All the low quality video game sounds, little percussive sounds are pretty nice. Alright, so we have 3 new things here. We have Santa Water, generates damaging zones. I've not been a fan of that when I've tried it, but I might try it again another time. We have the Clover, where your luck increases. That means you get better items, usually. At least I think that's what it means. And the Fire Wand, which shoots fireballs. I'm going to go with the Clover. Still have not seen that Garlic. I really do want the Garlic. And I could use some health, but health is relatively hard to come by. Alright. Now, let's see. Was that a good idea? Probably not, but I leveled up. Let's level up the whip. Having no luck with the Garlic today. But run's not going awfully so far, as far as I can, or as long as I can get some health. So in this level, occasionally you will have this circle of plant monsters start closing in around you, but it eventually disappears. I don't know if there's a way to trigger it sooner or later, honestly, but usually if I wait long enough it disappears, or I just find an exit, like down here. And this turkey or chicken right here, that's the health. Okay, some more health, that's nice. But I do still want garlic. Where's the garlic? We'll just have to hope for it. Like all games like this, it's really just a random kind of thing. No garlic yet, but we can upgrade the laurel. This game, in a way, kind of reminds me of Hades, but slower and requires less dexterity and effort. Alright, so that power-up destroyed all the enemies. And I got a treasure chest. And you can open these up for a bunch of money and a random item. We got an upgrade for the whip, so that's nice. And another treasure chest. Alright, so as you can see, this was a special one. Gave me 3 items and a bunch of money. Got a whip upgrade to level 6. Already getting close to level 8. An upgrade for the Peacheny. And another upgrade for the whip to level 7. So this whip's getting pretty powerful. But still no garlic. Let's see if we can get that garlic. Though it's not quite as useful now that we have the more powerful enemies that won't die to it instantly necessarily. Alright. I'm currently at level 11. I've actually done much better at the second level so far than the first one, though I don't know if that's a matter of my skill or just a difference in the way the levels work. I think I've done maybe 13 or 14 minutes on this one before dying, and close to 25 on the second one. But we'll see how they compare. Alright, let's go with a duplicator upgrade. One more projectile. So now I've got 4 whips going. That's nice. It's odd that I've not seen the garlic yet. Usually it's fairly common. I wonder why it's not showing up. Probably just bad luck, as long as it's all RNG, but there might be something to the formula or the algorithm that I'm not familiar with. Got some health, that's nice. It would be cool to see some more from the Peacheny or the Peachon or the Peach one. Alright, let's get that whip to level 8. So, I don't know exactly how the evolutions work, but it feels like the next time I get a treasure chest, I should get the upgrade. But I've had level 8 items not get upgraded from level treasure chests, so maybe I don't know exactly how that works. There might be some other conditions I need to fulfill to get the upgrades. I really want to get all these experience points in there, but it's a bit crowded. Let's upgrade the laurel. Gives me 1 additional hit I can withstand before I start being vulnerable. I got hit pretty bad there. I'm getting greedy. Let's see if I can find... Okay. Let's reduce the weapon's cooldown by 8% and get this treasure chest. What's it gonna be? Alright, it is not the whip upgrade. So I don't know if it's random or if there's something I've not fulfilled yet. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's see if I can find some health lying around in one of these lanterns, or these torches, I guess you would call them. I'm not sure what the official name for those things is. I got some money at least, and that can help with permanent upgrades in between games. Alright, I like this one. This is a power-up that temporarily gives me flame breath. You can really mow down enemies with it. Alright, finally we got some garlic. It won't be super useful for these current enemies, but if the bats ever come back, the standard bats, it could be useful. So now you can see the green rings around me. That is the garlic. If an enemy touches that, they get hurt. So, as you can see, it is useful, even if it's not very powerful against these bigger bats here, these more evil looking bats. But that's alright. We're having a good time either way. And any amount of extra damage is helpful. Especially when things start getting crazy. And they will start getting crazy pretty soon, let me tell you. Because after around 10 or 11 minutes, something starts to happen. And you'll see it. And it's usually what kills me on this level. Unless I've gotten some really good upgrades, which I have not yet. I think the second level is a lot more fun. There's a lot more potential for crazy high experience points, in my experience, but maybe that's just coincidence. Maybe I just need to get good at this one. Alright, we're still doing good. Let's level up that garlic. Does a little more damage and has a little more area to it. There's some health. Always good to have, unless my health is full, in which case I don't want to waste it. But sometimes I accidentally do. Yeah, as you can see, this is the part where I usually die. All these skeletons come in, and if you don't have enough really good upgrades to do high DPS, high damage numbers, you can't really mow through them very effectively, and that ends up getting you killed because you end up touching too many of them. Especially when they're coming at you from all sides, which does start to happen, as you can see. So this run might not last that much longer, but maybe it will. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's see. That's a lot of skeletons. I do appreciate the slow build up to chaos that this game gives you. One moment you're fighting a bunch of enemies, and the next moment you're fighting a gigantic tidal wave of them. So there's a garlic upgrade and 52 coins. Let's get that laurel upgraded to help with surviving the skeletons. As you can see, the garlic is killing the skeletons, but not instantly, so if I was to just run into them, I would get hurt pretty bad. It takes maybe 2 ticks of damage from the garlic to kill them. But it seems like I got kind of lucky with the layout of the skeletons and the way they spawned in, because normally it's a little more overwhelming from every angle. I had a bit of an opening that I could get through. Let's upgrade the garlic. So hopefully we won't have too much trouble, but I have not actually lasted much longer than this on the first level, so I don't know what kinds of crazy things start happening as time continues to go on. I really want that treasure chest, but there's a bunch of enemies on top of it. Alright, so let's go with the empty tome and further reduce the cooldown between attacks. Always a useful thing, because Faster attacks means higher damage per second. And that's what this game is about. DPS. It's basically just a game about getting your DPS as high as possible, as fast as possible. And if you like watching numbers go up, it's very satisfying. Alright, got some more garlic. I don't know if even the most powerful garlic can mow down the average enemy, but every little bit helps. We got a big old group of ghosts flying in here. Let's be careful. I'm getting hit pretty bad there. Let's upgrade the garlic. Let's see if we can find some health before we die. There's some health. Not quite full health, but better than nothing. Look at all these experience points. There's some health over there. But let's get another charge for the laurel first. Alright. Almost full health, but it would be useful if I could get that whip evolution. I don't know what triggers it. Oh, I just got hit pretty bad there. But look at all these experience points. It's good to get the red ones. They have a lot. Alright. One more garlic upgrade. And another level. I'm not sure what got me that second one, but let's get to level 8 garlic. And let's see if we can find some more health in one of these torches. There we go. And this power up, well, you could see what it does, but it wasn't much difference because it didn't kill enough enemies, or any enemies. That was a power up that draws in all the nearby experience points to you automatically, but it wasn't enough. Alright, so that was the first run of this video. Lasted 14 minutes, 11 seconds, killed 3,519 enemies, and reached level 24. And we got 532 gold. So for the second one, let's do the second level. But first, let's look at the power-up menu where you can spend this money that you've earned. So as you can see here, most of the attributes that we could level up with various upgrades are available as permanent upgrades here. But the more upgrades you've purchased in general, the more expensive each one is. Let's see what I can afford, if anything, with 713. Alright, so these are 600. I could get the projectile speed and effect durations to increase. And the greed, which increases the number of coins you get. I think I want to go with effects from weapons. I'm not entirely sure what that means, honestly. Let's go with... might as well go with greed, actually, because that'll help me increase the speed at which I'm able to buy these power-ups in general. Okay, so let's try a different character this time for the second level. We're going to go with Pasqualina. And as you might have noticed, Pasqualina has a 10% speed boost that the others don't, which can be useful. But her starting weapon is the Rune Tracer, as you'll see. Alright, time for the second level, the Inlaid Library. The enemies are different in the second level, which is kind of neat. But as you can see, the Rune Tracer is a projectile that goes through enemies and bounces around a little before it disappears. And this time the candelabras are the item storage units. Okay, I think I want to go with the whip, because it's more of a close range attack, different from the others that I had offered there. And it can be good for getting out of a tight spot on occasion. The garlic will go through all these guys here, so I hope I get it early. I'm gonna go with the bird again. I really don't know how to pronounce that. Hopefully I've gotten it right and not wrong with all three of my guesses. But does it really matter? Not really. We're just having a good time here. At least I hope you are. Let's go with the fire wand. The fire wand looks kind of cool with the fireballs. They do pretty good damage as well. I still want garlic though. Usually I get it pretty early. Alright. We're just getting close to level 4, or level 5 actually. There we go. Okay, let's try the bracer. Increases actually no. Let's go with the Rune Tracer level up. I'm curious what that would be if I was to evolve it. I've not tried that yet. Variety is the spice of life. And what makes this game fun is that you can have a slightly different build every time. And I believe they said they're going to be adding many more items and weapons in the final version of the game. Because as I said, this is an early access game, a game that has been released in its current state, but is still actually under active development. And the creator does not consider it finished yet. I believe it actually just got an update today. I'm playing this on Super Bowl Sunday, the 13th of February. Oh, I got stuck there. That was silly of me. Still no garlic. But let's upgrade the Rune Tracer. This one is not off to a great start. I might actually die pretty early on. If that happens, I'll do one more because I wanted to show you a much longer run in this level. And let's level up the Peacheny. Gotta love getting those experience points. I gotta tell you, this game is extremely addictive. I bought it yesterday, and in a little over 24 hours, I think I have something like 6 hours of playtime. But as long as you have no other obligations, spending a few hours on a weekend day isn't the worst thing you can do with your life. Let's level up the whip. Now we got it on both sides. You may have noticed that my health has gone up a tiny bit over time. That's because I have a permanent upgrade to restore my health extremely slowly. Usually it's not enough to make a difference, but it can be helpful over a period of time. Alright. Still want the garlic. Alright, so now we got the garlic. Gotta love that garlic. I do wonder what kind of changes they'll be making, if any, to the balance of the weapons and items in this game. Because I feel like some of them might be a little more powerful than they should be, or a little less powerful. I'm going to upgrade the garlic. Maybe that's just me getting used to the game, though. Just clearing out a bunch of enemies. A standard day at the library. killing thousands of monsters. That's what I do when I go to the library in real life. Isn't that what you do? I'm sure you do that. But if you do something other than that in the library, that might be kind of interesting to hear about. Feel free to leave a comment. Only if you want to, of course. Alright, so there's a treasure chest to the right. Let's see if we can get through to it without dying, because my health is still pretty low. And let's upgrade the birdie. And what's in here? It is the fire wand upgrade. Base damage up by 10. Alright. Oh, there's a power up over there I want. Let's see if I can get to it without dying. Yep, there we go. That's what I was showing you at the end of the last one when I died. Let's upgrade the Rune Tracer. And let's also get a Laurel. I almost forgot that I didn't have that. I'm so used to having it. I usually get it as soon as I can, unless the garlic is offered at the same time and I don't have it yet. Okie doke. There's some money over here. Money, money, money. The money is always right. Let's upgrade the garlic. But yeah, if you look up videos of this game, you'll see people with ridiculous builds. Super powerful, crazy looking stuff. I've not quite gotten to that level of skill or experience yet. But one day, assuming I continue playing this, which I expect I will, given how fun and addictive it is. Look at all these experience points. What do we have here? Another fire wand upgrade. Very nice. And let's upgrade the Laurel. I want all these experience points down here. And to the left. And below. Okay. Let's get some armor, reducing incoming damage by 1. Oh, we got these exploding ghost things. They start showing up more and more as time goes on in this one. Not too many enemies yet, but as you'll see, that will change quite dramatically at some point. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, so that power up, as you can see, freezes enemies in time for a period of time. A lot more useful when you have huge numbers of enemies after you, but still nice to have either way. I feel like I'm missing a power-up right now that I wish I had. I'm not sure what it is, though. Let's upgrade the Rune Tracer. Alright. I feel like I might not be doing enough damage right now. And I need to find some health. You gotta be careful with the green enemies, because the small ones you can easily get rid of with your garlic, but the medium ones, which are not that different visually if you're not looking closely, take a few hits. So you can end up damaging yourself if you try going into a big crowd of them with garlic enabled. There's some health right there, but I could use a little more. Look at all those experience points. I think the highest I've gotten in this level is a level 47 or 48. Not sure I'm going to get there on this run, but it's still fun either way. There's some kind of interesting looking enemies that eventually start showing up. Much bigger ones too. Really could use some more health, but let's upgrade the Rune Tracer. Alright, I want this big pack of experience points over there. Yep, here they come. Bunch of enemies. Thankfully they're mostly, maybe not mostly, but about half of them are the relatively small ghosts. Or relatively weak, I mean. But still might not be enough, because I'm having a little trouble here. Hopefully I won't die here, but I don't really have many ways to get health back right now. Either way, let's get a level 8 Rune Tracer and see if I can get that treasure chest. It's a little crowded over here. Over there, over everywhere. Some health. Come on. Oh, that was a close one. Thought I might die there. Let's upgrade the garlic. Help just a little bit with this giant swarm of enemies. Let's see if I can get that treasure chest. Alright. Let's hope I don't die the second I'm done opening this treasure chest. That would be a little disappointing. Alright, we got a whip upgrade. And a level up. Let's level up the laurel. Especially since I'm taking more damage here. And we will level up the whip. And the garlic. Look at all these experience points. Let's level up the bird. I guess there were many more experience points concentrated there than it looked. I was not expecting all those levels. And how about the whip? Gotta watch out for the exploding ones, they do lots of damage. If I don't have the laurel protection, and I get hit by one right now, I will almost definitely die. I feel like to do like a third of your health or something, but I could be wrong. And we got a garlic upgrade. Okay. Am I able to mow down the green ones in one hit now? Seems like I might be able to. Let's see if I can get this here. Alright. Yeah, seems like I can mow down the medium-sized green ones now. These Medusa heads, probably not though, I know they're a little more powerful. Let's reduce the weapon cooldown with the empty tome. These Medusa heads are a little trickier than you might expect. They move kind of erratically and have more health than some of the other enemies. So you gotta be careful around them. Okay. Let's find a way through. And not get hit. I say as I get hit. Uh-oh. Alright. Let's go with the whip. Because if I can get that to level 8 and evolve it, and get a lot of my health back in these groups of enemies, which can be pretty important when things get extra crazy. Alright. This is a kind of messy group of enemies here. Kind of hard to tell a lot of them apart in the chaos. Let's get an additional charge for the Laurel. Some of these enemies, it seems like I can mow down with my garlic, and other ones not so much, so I gotta be careful where I'm moving. Alright. I want to get these experience points in the middle here if I can. Let's upgrade the garlic. Level 7. Look at all these experience points. Oh yeah. I do look forward to seeing what they add to this game as time goes on. It'll add even more replayability to a game that's already very, very replayable. I can see myself playing this for fun just whenever I don't feel like playing anything else for quite a while. Alright, let's get the whip to level 8. Starting to get a little more powerful, but not quite enough for me to feel comfortable in this current wave of enemies. Maybe if I can upgrade the whip to that special version, that'll help. The slow health regen is helping a bit. Let's upgrade the bird to level 6. Getting a good, healthy flow of experience points here. Sometimes there are lulls when your level of DPS doesn't really match the enemies, but right now it's looking pretty good, especially with this giant wave coming in, but I'm not sure I'm powerful enough to survive it. Let's see. Wish me luck. There's also a treasure chest over there I'd like to have, but I don't know how safe it is to go that direction. Gotta be strategic about it. Alright, we've got, let's do an armor upgrade, since my health isn't great right now. The upside of these giant swarms is you get lots of experience points. Let's get the bird to level 7, and the garlic to level 8. And see what's inside. Hopefully an evolution for one of those things that I have at level 8. Nope, just armor. I have not looked deeply into the upgrade conditions, but I think there was some condition I'm forgetting about where like you need to have certain combinations of items for the upgrade to work. Yeah, I think that was it, so I guess I just don't have the right upgrade combinations. Either way, not a bad build. Let's get the bird to level 8. Maybe I have the right combination for the bird upgrade. Oh boy, bunch of Medusas, and the really big Medusa. Let's upgrade Laurel to level 5. Oh yeah. Alright, what's in the chest? Oh yeah. I actually don't think I've seen this version of a chest with that little animation at the start. This is a super chest. I got 5 upgrades. And 235 coins. Wow. Alright, that's really cool. That was really satisfying. So I got an armor upgrade, 2 2 of them, and 3 fire whip upgrades. So if we look here, fire is now at 6, and armor is a full 5. Very nice. I'm not sure it'll be enough to keep me surviving that much longer, but we'll see. Hopefully. Let's upgrade, or no, let's go with a duplicator. I feel like that's actually a pretty good one that I've not utilized much yet. I gotta find some more health. Let's seek out the candelabras. Yeah, there's some health over here, along with one of these. Gotta love those. Alright, back to full health. Excellent. I still have not decided if I'm going to leave the audio in or not for this game. Part of me thinks it's very satisfying, and the other part of me thinks it's a little loud and exciting for an ASMR video. We'll see how I feel when I edit it. Maybe if enough people have divided thoughts on it when I post whatever version, I'll post the opposite version unlisted for anyone who wants the opposite. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We're already up to level 40 in almost 17 minutes. Feels good, man. I can't quite mow down these entire swarms by running into them, so I don't want to hurt myself like that. I can make a bit of progress through it, though, if I'm careful, not like that. Alright, gotta watch out for the exploding ones. Thankfully they're very easy to see as they show up with the red circle around them. Alright, upgrading the duplicator. Excuse me, coming through. Coming through. Oh, look at all these. That's a bunch of experience points there. I'm gonna go with the spinach. Raise inflicted damage by 10%. And upgrade the fire wand. And also upgrade the spinach. I'm honestly unsure why I sometimes get multiple items, like multiple levels up, when it doesn't seem like I hit that many experience points. But maybe I did without realizing it. Alright, spinach for more damage. I'm getting pretty powerful, it looks like. The bird seems to be doing a lot of projectiles now. Yeah, that's very satisfying. Look at all those projectiles. I could use some health if I can find some lying around. But I feel like I should start going right, as there's a bunch of unused experience points in that direction. And the candelabras do respawn when you go back and forth. At least it seems like that they do. Alright, fire wand, you're going to level 8. Maybe I'll be able to get an evolution or upgrade or whatever you want to call it for that one. Oh yeah. Alright, what's in the chest? Come on. Ooh, I've not seen that icon. That might be an upgrade. Yes, the evolved fire wand passes through enemies. It says requires spinach, so yeah, the spinach was the item I needed to combine with it. But look at that fire wand. Look at all those fireballs. Now that is satisfying. Hopefully it'll be enough to carry me for another few minutes at least. Especially now that we have big old mobs of, I guess you would call them witches. Kind of the light-colored witch enemies. Look at all these. There's some health over here. Alright. And now let's go with the Hollow Heart. Increase my max health. Gotta get the red one. Yeah, I like the fire wand. That's pretty cool. That's just melting all these enemies. Might not be very melty when the more powerful enemies show up though. So let's go with the spinach. Even more damage for all my stuff. At least I assume that's what base damage means. It should hopefully affect every weapon. It certainly isn't making them any weaker. Look at all this experience. Oh yeah. Alright, so now we're starting to get the flying skulls. And the big ol', I guess I would call that a lizard person. But it has a witch hat on. Maybe it's like a lizard witch, evolved witch or something like that. A witch that got too witchy. Now let's do another spinach upgrade. Another 10%. We're gonna do big damage now. Such a satisfying game when you get the numbers up and you start mowing down everything. But at some point, they'll start mowing you down unless you keep up with your upgrades. I wonder what the world record is for longest run in this game. It's probably something pretty impressive, like a few hours, but I really don't know how this game changes after a certain period of time. Like I said, I think I've only lasted maybe 24, 25 minutes at best, maybe a little less. We'll see if I get to that point. Hopefully I will. Looking at all this damage I'm doing, I think it might be kind of likely, but I don't want to jinx it, even though jinxing is not real. Let's reduce the cooldown for all my stuff, which of course increases DPS, like I mentioned. Let's go over to the treasure chest over here and see what's inside. Hopefully another evolution. Alright, there's a whip. Oh yeah, it's the evolved whip. Can deal critical damage and absorb HP. That's what I was looking for at the beginning. So now, if I'm in a big crowd of enemies, I can get some of my health back from the enemies at my sides. Can be useful when you start getting overwhelmed. Helps you last a little longer. Now that I've got 2 upgraded weapons, or evolved weapons, I'm feeling pretty powerful. And let's upgrade the Laurel. Look at all that damage. Everything's just melting. Very, very satisfying. I'm at level 51. I'm not sure I've been at level 51 before. So that might be a new record. I'm leveling up faster than I have before. Look at all these exploding ones. They're coming in hot. Gotta be careful, even when I'm feeling powerful. Alright, so, yeah, let's go with more cooldown reduction. I did not need that health, but I felt like getting it anyway, because I'm silly. And what's in the treasure chest? Alright, so we've got an upgrade for the empty tome. More cooldown reduction, so even faster attacks. this still is not nearly as crazy as some of the stuff I think I've seen videos of. So let's see if we can keep going. Let's reduce the cooldown even more. And get an additional charge for the Laurel. Alright, so we have frozen all these guys in time, and we can just plow right through them. Very satisfying. Already up to level 54. I gotta tell you, this game is very, very satisfying when you start doing high numbers like this. And what is this? I don't think I've seen that before. Oh, I'm stupid. It's the Hollow Heart. I just didn't recognize the icon. I don't think much about the Hollow Heart. Might as well upgrade it while we're at it. As you can see, I'm getting health back from whipping the ones to my sides. So that's nice to have, that evolved whip. It's like evolving a Pokemon, but there's no Pokemon. Alright, and let's go with increased projectile speed. In theory, that should do even more damage with stuff like the bird and the fireballs. Oh wow, look at all these guys. Yeah, here's the 24-minute mark. This is where I've died in the past. But as you can see, I'm doing a decent amount of damage here. Hopefully I'll have a chance. Maybe not. I'm taking a fair bit of damage myself here. This is definitely better than it was the last time, though. Last time I died pretty quickly of these things when they started swarming. I just gotta try and stay wherever the biggest opening is and hope for the best. Alright, let's go with the Bracer. It's just plowing through all these. Very nice. Look at all the numbers on the screen. That's what you like to see. Oh, here come some bats. Oh, wow. I got overwhelmed. But hey, that was my best run ever, and you got to see it. So we survived 25 minutes and 4 seconds, earned 1102 gold, reached level 57, and defeated 18,867 enemies. I also got 3 new achievements: evolving the Fire Wand, getting the Peachany to level 7, and getting the Rune Tracer to level 7. So there you have it. I think this has been a good time playing some Vampire Survivors, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.